Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University. In today's Marvel Superheroes Advanced Role-Playing Game System, we are going to be talking about the rules for charging. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different forms of combat. This is just one of them. So when you're going to charge, you're typically going to do this because you're trying to close distance between you and some other knucklehead. Maybe you do, maybe you don't have a distance attack, but you definitely want to get up close and personal for whatever reason. Maybe the other guy's got a gun and, you know, some kind of super blaster and he's blowing everybody away and you just need to get up there and get to that gun. Or, you know, you're playing kill the guy with the flag, like whatever the reason is. You know what I'm saying? This is a favored method of characters just like Juggernaut, just like Rhino, but this is also used by people like Iron Man when he does his dive bomb attack. This is kind of used by Sabretooth, by Wolverine and Colossus. They have their own method of using the fastball special, and we will get into that very soon. The trick of it is, this is also a lot like Spider-Man when he's swinging from his web from 3 areas and just boom, slams his feet right into someone, or does his slingshot attack where he spins a web on 2 different solid objects, moves himself back with the webbing on his back, and then picks up his feet to allow himself to shoot forward, right? Ant-Man will do this attack. All the itinerations of Ant-Man at one point have done this attack. Many characters use this. Now, let's go into why this is so effective. Okay, you're going to use your endurance rather than your strength in order to do damage. You're going to use your endurance rather than your fighting in order to hit. Now, most of the times when you want to run up to somebody and deck them or run up to them and give them a sidekick, you're going to have to move half your distance. If you move more than half your distance, you can't actually go for the attack, or you'd be negatives to hit at best. But if you're moving full force, like you've got no time to really aim that punch to make it, like you're talking about a very small striking surface compared to a body that's actually moving, especially when they see you and just like that, But charging, this is actually like putting your brunt into it. You're going to charge into it with your shoulder or your head or something to that effect, your horn if you're the Rhino. So, and maybe you just might want to bulldoze right over him by slamming into him with your chest or your back. Who knows? The trick is you're going to be closing distance and you're going to move at full speed, preferably. You're going to move your full range, or at least you can, in order to hit this person. So here's how this works. You're going to roll on your endurance to hit. But every single area that you move, and you must move at least one area in order to charge. You can't charge if it's within one area. No. It's got to be one area or more away. So you're going to charge. You're going to be +1 column shift to your endurance per area you run, maximum of 3, and it cannot go past shift Z. There's that wedge in between shift Z and class 1000, so nothing can, officially nothing can go past that. Somebody like Galactus, yeah, sure, why not? If he decide to charge into somebody, it is what it is. In the meantime, so let's say you've got an excellent 20 endurance, and you're going to roll to hit somebody with a charge. You've got to move at least one area. You're able to move 2 areas. So you're +2 column shifts to hit off of your endurance. So you're at incredible 40. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Now, if you miss, you're going to continue running the rest of your full movement speed as you're trying to regain balance. And if something else is in the way as you're doing that, you're going to wind up charging into that thing or that other person instead. Now, make no mistake about this, you could still take damage, but you're also going to do some damage. So the damage is figured like this. You take whatever your endurance is, and each area that you run through before you actually hit your target does an extra 2 points of damage. Now, think about that. That is cumulative. There is no maximum to the amount of times you can do that. So if someone runs 10 areas, that's an extra 20 points of damage on top of, an extra 40 points of damage on top of your already 20 points of damage. So 20 before, think about it, 60 points of damage for charging into somebody. Boom! That's pretty sweet. If only you could, be like Quicksilver and just run around the earth a couple of times and keep on decking somebody in the grill, right? So all of this is showing that there's a lot of effect for doing this, a whole lot of causes for doing this. Now, this could also wind up hurting you. Just like if you were to punch something that is a stronger material strength than you, well, imagine charging into somebody but missing and wind up slamming into that brick wall instead. No, seriously, as you. That would hurt. So whatever the material strength of the object is that you hit, that's the damage you're going to take, plus the movement, plus that, that distance. So if you ran that 10 areas, you're taking that extra 40 points of damage. Sorry, it's like that. If you hit a guy who has body armor that is stronger than your own, so let's say he's got monstrous 75 body armor somehow, well, unfortunately, that's an extra 15 points of damage higher than the damage that you do. So that person is not going to take any damage, but you're going to take 15. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just one of the ways that it works. Granted, if he has 50 points of damage, or 50 points of body armor, and you do 10 points of, you'll still do 10 points of damage to him with your 60 points of damage. He'll absorb the rest. You won't take any. He won't take any, besides that remaining 10. So there's that. You cannot multi-attack with this, again, unless you have the ability to do multiple spins around the earth. If you have the speed to somehow, or you want to use some kind of a teleportation, like more like a gate, ability where you could just, run up and charge into somebody, boom, shoulder tackle them, and then run into a gate. Like let's say Blink is working with you. This would be a really great double team attack. Somebody who has the ability to open up, stepping discs like portal, like magic, or if you've got that portal gun, or somebody else does, bam, go right through a portal, come out the other end, bam, going through again, come out the other one, bam, 3 charges in a row. Who are you not knocking out like that? You know what I'm saying? So all sorts of different ways to play with this and just have a lot of fun, Again, if you were to grab somebody's arm, and say, okay, alley-oop or whatever, and just, swing them around, as long as you're swinging them more than one area, all right, from there to there, then that can be construed as a charge. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. For the most part, you will be also able to absorb damage if you have body armor, okay? So let's say you smack into somebody who's got that monster 75 body armor. So you should take 15 points of damage, right? Because that's 15 points over your 60. Well, what if you've got 20 points of body armor? Now at this point, you're not going to be worrying about but you're just going to, run into a brick wall. This is the irresistible force meeting the unstoppable object. I probably got that wrong, but you get my point, all right? So nobody's going to take any kind of damage. I also mentioned that you're going to be using your endurance to do damage. Well, you could also use your body armor if you've got a higher body armor than your endurance. So if you're like, I got incredible 40 body armor, but only excellent 20 strength. Well, now, when you're moving that 10 areas, you're going to be doing 80 points of extra damage, besides that original 40 points of damage from your body armor. So this just keeps on getting sweeter. So now imagine a character like Diamond Lil from the old Alpha Flight, Omega Flight, whatever. That's something else. So, guys, this is a whole lot of fun. Charging is such a great way to do a wrecking ball amount of damage to someone in, optimal time, while at the same time closing distance on that person. So, and again, think of the different kinds of stunts that you can do like this, all right? So, yeah, have some fun with it, guys. I'm going to call that one a wrap. Nice, easy one this week, right? Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Keep gaming. Class dismissed.
Thank you.